Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be taking this 2022 Hyundai Kona N-Line on a POV test drive. This is the fastest Kona you could buy, and I'm going to take it on a test drive and see how it does. Let's go ahead and take this Kona N-Line test drive and see how it does. It does not sound like the Veloster N, of course, and it doesn't sound like the Elantra. It does have a very four-cylinder engine, but there's a little bit of nice sound that's coming from the exhaust. Beautiful interior. Does look very nice. Good amount of plastic here and there, but it's fine. And the price on this one is actually $28,000. All right, so driving this 2022 Hyundai Kona N-Line drives very nice and smooth. I could tell that the suspension is a little bit stiff, but not really by much from the normal Kona. So it's nice and comfortable. Seats are actually very comfortable. We're gonna go ahead and hop on the highway and see how this Kona does. And the gauges, they are basically an LCD screen, 10.25-inch screen, and they're going to be an 8-inch screen that looks very nice. It does have heated seats, and it does have the engine shut off, so when you come to a complete stop, the engine will turn off to save some gas. I just love the fact that the gauges change when you put it in sport mode, or when you put it in sport mode and normal mode. So basically normal mode and sport mode, they have different themes. Definitely this thing handles very good. So nice and quick, and definitely this SUV feels very nice and light, and it does move, and I'm very impressed with the engine, the amount of power that it's delivering, and I'm very impressed with the suspension. It feels very nice and comfortable, but at the same time handling corners like this, it's very nice and flat, and wow, seriously, this thing is very nice. It does have manual mode, but does not have pedal shifters. I really wish it did. Transmission is not the quickest. Downshifting is faster than upshifting, but yeah, definitely this 7-speed dual clutch transmission is not that quick. I think leaving it in automatic mode is much faster, but under the hood, they're going to be a 1.6 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that is connected to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. And as I said, this dual clutch transmission, I really wish it was a tiny bit faster, but it's no big deal. If you guys are curious about the horsepower numbers and the torque numbers this engine produces, 195 horses and 195 pound-feet of torque, which I think is not bad for this N-Line. And wow, seriously, this thing is very nice and impressive. And I really love the red stitching around this, inside the interior of this Kona. And again, the gauges look very nice in sport mode. I believe that was the emergency braking, but yeah, definitely this SUV is very, very nice and comfortable, even with a different suspension than the normal Kona. But again, guys, I really wish it had paddle shifters. Definitely, you don't hear the pops and crackles while driving. Pops and crackles only can be heard when the SUV in park. So this Kona actually has the steering assist and the lane keep assist and all the nice safety features, but the only thing it's missing is the adaptive cruise control. I really wish that Hyundai added the adaptive cruise control in this Kona. All Konas do not have adaptive cruise control. Basically, it does not set the distance between you and between you and the car in front of you. So basically, it's lacking that, and I really wish it did for 28,000. And that's not only on the N line, that's on all the Konas. But I just love the fact that this Kona has steering assist. It's very nice, and a very nice feature to use on the highway and very long trips. 195 horses and 195 pound-feet of torque are more than enough for this Kona. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the 2022 Kona in general was facelifted, but the N line is brand new for the 2022. Overall, beautiful SUV, and badge is going to be in the bottom of the steering wheel. It's not a flat bottom design. I really wish it was. It would have been nice and sporty. And there is an N line badge on the shifter itself. But as I said, guys, I really wish it had paddle shifters. So something I noticed about the transmission, when you put it in manual mode, it does not upshift for you, so you actually have to shift to be able to go to the second gear. So it's not like the transmission will shift for you. I really wish it did, but that's how Hyundai is doing it. They're going to be 2 USBs, 112 volt. Climate controls are very easy to use. 8-inch screen that looks very good, and overall everything is very easy to use. They're going to be the brightness control, hill descent, and the traction control all the way to the left. And yeah, as I said, beautiful SUV. It does not have a sunroof, and I think Hyundai did not add a sunroof because of the weight. It does add more weight to the SUV if they add a sunroof, but it does have a wireless phone charger. Here is the mode selector. It does have heated seats, which is nice. Engine shut off. When you come to a complete stop, the engine will turn off to save some gas. And they're going to be an armrest, very small. And that digital screen is very clear. It is a 10.25-inch screen, and seriously, it looks amazing. It does have a smart mode. Basically, it figures out everything by itself. If the SUV needs to be in sport, or when you actually are trying to accelerate, it just basically puts it in sport mode for you, so you don't have to keep switching the modes. Yep, definitely nice and light and very responsive, even in normal mode or smart mode. test the brakes. Yep, definitely the brakes are very nice and touchy, and they don't go down a lot, and they're not hard, so they are the perfect basically feel. They're not mushy, or they're not very hard, so perfect brakes. Yep, this dual clutch transmission is very responsive. If you leave it in automatic mode, if you put it in manual mode, it's not as responsive as I want it to be. Again, guys, the brakes are very, very nice and touchy, so that's a very nice thing to have. When you put the SUV in sport mode, it does make everything nice and aggressive. So the transmission, the steering wheel becomes heavy, and it just becomes very nice and aggressive overall. And turning radius is actually very good as well. The steering wheel itself is nice and light, very responsive even in normal mode. But let me go ahead and test the all-wheel drive system here. Let's see how it does. Obviously no wheel spin. It does not really produce a lot of horsepower, a lot of power down low. It is nice and torquey, but it doesn't have enough power to spin those tires. I really wish it did, but yeah, definitely 195 horses and 195 pound-feet of torque are not enough to make those wheels spin, and even on a turn like this. So I noticed something, that when the SUV is at a full stop and you hit the gas pedal, it's very slow to react, so there's like a good amount of lag. Let's see if I could brake boost it. Yep, definitely it did not want me to brake boost this Kona. So I'm not exactly sure why, but the RPM's not built up to let me brake boost it. And even though with a little bit of brake boosting, it did not do anything. It was very lazy off the line, and I really wish that Hyundai fixes that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this POV test drive of this 2022 Hyundai Kona online. I would like to thank Key Hyundai in Milford, Connecticut, and Firas for providing me this 2022 Hyundai Kona. If you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.